Man, I've got a doctor with me, what an honor. So we're going to be chatting about her career. We're also going to be chatting about how she got there, and there's a lot of exciting information that you're going to get from her insights. Kindly introduce yourself and then tell us more about yourself.
All right. Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Maz. I go by Majita Ellen, but usually I just say Dr. Maz all the time.
Okay, how do you spell it? It's
M-A-Z-Z. But
Maz, yes.
Yeah, I think maybe some people know I have the Medical Maz channel.
Medical Maz channel.
Yes.
Okay, maybe let's begin there. What's your channel about, and how can people access the channel?
Okay, so actually the channel is about helping students that learned abroad. So maybe if you learned in China, you learned in Russia, or anywhere outside Africa. It's like a way to help students navigate their way back home, and just to get information about, for example, board exams, how to write them, how to apply for them, and all that. So that's what it's about, mainly what it's about. Yeah.
I think that's very important. And what's your handle?
Medical Maz.
On social.
On social, it is also Medical Maz or at Maz Ellen. Small letters, yes.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
So where did you study?
So I studied in China at Jiangsu University for about 5 years. We are the group of people that graduated during the COVID era. So
as I said, your accent is totally different from mine, so it sold you.
Yes. So yes, we graduated in 2020, June. We were supposed to go back actually for the graduation, but we didn't. So we ended up graduating online.
Okay.
It was so horrible because we never got to walk down,
Wow.
And so we never had that. Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people have the same feeling as me. After that, we waited. So I waited a little bit. I don't know other people, but I didn't go into internship straight away. I waited a little bit because that was the COVID time, and so end of 2021 is when I started internship. Yeah. So then I did the internship, I finished, and then became a general practitioner. So right now I'm in the process of trying to get into my residency. So that's where I am currently. So.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
And how are you finding it? How are you finding it so far?
It's challenging. It's challenging because you have to go through a lot. You have examinations to write. You have to also find the career that you like. So that's another thing. Because when I was doing internship, I had at least 3 specialties that I saw myself in,
Okay.
And so that, just navigating that and trying to find the one that makes sense for me was, I would say that
raises curiosity for me. What are the 3?
I would say emergency medicine, anesthesia and critical care, and maybe internal medicine.
Internal medicine.
Yes.
And which one is more tempting than the others?
Anesthesia and critical care.
Why is that?
Because after internship, I worked as a general practitioner or a medical officer in the anesthesia and critical care department.
Okay.
And I really fell in love with the critical care part mostly. And so I think that's where the drive and wanting to be in that department came from, mostly, for sure.
So
yeah.
Looking at your younger self, probably you didn't know that you're going to face the challenge of choosing. What do you say to a person who's got the same challenge? Maybe they're looking to be a doctor like yourself.
I think the number one thing is make sure you know your strengths as a doctor and your weaknesses as a doctor. Because for me, I noticed that I'm a critical thinker as a doctor. As much as I also like the surgery part, I just don't like being in the theater that much, right? As in doing operations and stuff. But I noticed that I'm more of the critical thinker. I like to find the diagnosis. I like to, think about what's wrong with the patient. What can we do for the patient? So that's when I was like, surgeries are out. More or less and someone would say, but do you want to do anesthesia and critical care? Well, the anesthesia part, I'm not operating anybody. It's like I'm there in the theater as well, but it's more like on the other side. You're on the side. You're doing it's more drug control and everything. So I would say that's how I knew like what specialty I would do and what I would go into to do. Like
so.
So.
Am I getting the proper insights that it comes with also character?
Yeah.
So where are you most comfortable?
Yeah, you have to, one thing about being a doctor, you have to trust your instinct.
Okay.
You have to trust your instinct. And so in that comes self-awareness. So you have to be self-aware. And when you know what you're good at and what you suck at, it's much easier to make the decision. For me, I never liked general surgery. I'm not going to sit here and lie. So I knew automatically that I was not going to be in that department at all. Psychiatry, I knew no. I didn't want to be there. So you just you know it, but you just need to trust. Yeah, you just need to trust your instinct and trust that you rely on your strengths more than just doing a department because that's what's available. It's also good to be patient because it's not always about what am I doing next, but understanding the period and the time that you're in. Just allow everything to go.
No.
Yes, and pray about it. Yeah, I think every doctor needs to be really a prayer warrior because you deal with a lot of things every day. So I think it's
and also you deal with saving lives.
Yeah, and you have to understand that like also you have to remain humble and know that even though you're in the space that people trust you with their lives, people are looking at you for answers, you are not the ultimate decision maker at the end of the day. So once you realize that, you also have a little bit of grace on yourself because it's really hard when you have some patients, you think, oh my God, they're going to survive, and then something happens. So you have to remain humble and know that you're not the highest power. Yeah, you're just a vessel. Yeah, so I would think that personally.
That's very deep.
Yeah.
Like I'm just imagining the feeling of losing a person.
Yeah.
When you know you did your best and you look maybe at the other people that were waiting for you to save that person. That's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. Like I think every doctor will tell you their first death experience was very traumatic and also just again humbling because you don't have control over everything as much as like some people would like to think. No, you don't. So it's very traumatic. I would wish maybe hospitals would have actually like maybe therapy for some people because some people can deal with it. Some people really struggle.
By some people, you mean doctors?
Yeah, doctors. Yeah, you really struggle with it, and some people can get over it and find ways to deal with it. But majority are actually stuck with that because it's like every time you see that case again, you're like, oh my God,
something might happen.
Yeah, and that PTSD is there. Like it's there. Like it's really there.
By
so
PT, you said PT?
PTSD, like post-traumatic. Yes, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
Like it's really there. Like you feel like, oh, I've met this patient and it didn't go so well, or something like that. So it's just really nice. I think some private hospitals offer, but public hospitals not so much. Not so much or not at all. I don't know. I can't speak for all the hospitals, but I think majority would say not at all. I think.
Because like the point of view is like you're the hero.
Yeah.
Depend on you.
And heroes do need their heroes as well.
So what do you see yourself like in 5-10 years?
Oh my God.
Where are you aiming at?
I would say right now what I know for sure is being a specialist because I know I'm doing that. Like I'm working towards that already. So obviously finishing my specialty, whichever one it is, but I'll make the decision by end of I think April or May, really. But like whichever it is, I know that I will be at least done with it or finishing it.
Okay.
So
Amazing. So I want to know your honest your honest response. Have you always wanted to be a doctor, or it was there was some paradigm shift like in your career path?
No, actually, there was no shift. I knew from the time I was a child. I think like I've always wanted to do things with like caregiving. Like I naturally also like I'm a carer. I think everything that I do in my life is based on my abilities as a human. So I always, even when I talk to some medical students and stuff, I always try to encourage them that work with things that are based on your character. It becomes easy. Everything becomes easy when it's based on your character. I know like people want challenges and stuff like that, but it's not always, doesn't always work out the way you want it to be.
Like it's something that you have to care for the rest of
Yeah, so if I'm naturally a caregiver, I'm naturally like a person, for example, I was talking about like critical thinking, wanting all of those things, it comes natural now because when I'm in the work environment, I'm not thinking that I'm working. I'm just doing, you see? So when I think about that, I would always encourage people to do things that based on their strengths. You know, you want challenges, yes, you will have them in life. It's not it's not going to stop, but at the end of the day, just try and do things that you feel like. Yeah, that you like, and it becomes easy. I always tell my mom this. I used to joke around like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor, a basketball player, and own a business.
Did you make it in basketball?
Yes, So I used to play. I played from high school, of course, and then college, and then after college, professionally for like. I stopped the period of COVID, and then like, but you know, I used to joke around like that, and so things like that because these were my strengths already, you know. So you either make money with the things that you're good at already, or you learn some new things. But if you're learning some new things and it comes so automatically to you, that means you had the quality already.
So this one, if you're not going to be able to answer this one, I'll be okay with the time.
No problem.
So now that you've said, you must look for a career path, which I believe applies to across the board.
Yeah.
It applies across the board. It's not about doctors only. I think you should be aligned to what you are going to do for the rest of your life. It must be sort of a calling and a purpose.
Yes.
So now, who would you discourage in terms of attitude and character to be a doctor?
That's
without mentioning names.
Of course.
What kind of attitude, or maybe where your character, let me say, would you discourage to be a doctor? Because I understand that in every faculty there's a bad performer and a good performer. For example, when you talk of police, there's good bad police.
Yeah.
When you talk of politicians, good and bad and stuff like that. Who would you discourage to be a doctor?
I think someone who thinks they know it all. Like if you're a person who thinks that you know everything, don't become a doctor because you will be disappointed. One, and I think also just your character. You have to be a caregiver. Don't join the profession because you've heard that the profession has money, because you won't start making money until you are up there. So that's one thing I always tell people, like because when people see doctors, they don't think about junior doctors. They don't think about general practitioners, for example, when they're starting. They just think specialists. And you know, again, specialists make the most money. So when people see that, they think that, oh, doctors have money. You have to understand it's a humbling experience from top to bottom. It's just like a climbing up. You're climbing up the ladder as well. So I would say if you're in it for the money, you can make money somewhere else faster. You know what I mean? Than to be in this career to try and make money. Yes, there's stability, but also there's instability in it. You know, you make the stability as you go up, but in the beginning, it's chaotic, very chaotic. So people should know this. And I think people see the strikes that doctors are doing, junior doctors are doing. That should make you see that it's not easy. It's not easy mentally, physically, spiritually. So if you're not a person who likes the career, you have to have people skills. You have to learn to talk to people because, again, you have to understand people. You have to provide safety. when someone comes to you, they have to feel safe to talk to you about their most intimate details about their body, you see. So when you provide that safety, when you provide that comfort, when you are there for them and they feel safe, you're going to come out as like the best doctor or good doctor. People will be like, that's a good doctor. No, because you're providing that safety and comfort that people will feel free, especially when dealing with women, you know. Most women don't like to share about like their most intimate positions and things in life. So you have to provide that safety and comfort. Even men take time to come to the hospital.
I think with the West.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I don't feel comfortable disclosing stuff. Like for example, let me give a cliche example.
Yeah.
You know, a lady doctor telling me to pull down my head.
Yeah. No, but you know, there are things like that. You know, we have, you can ask for a chaperone, right? So you can also, because that's another thing that people don't know. You can ask for a chaperone, or you can ask to change the doctor, for example.
Even a man, if it's a man.
Yeah, you can.
And just you know.
Yeah, I know.
Like you're stripping yourself of your own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So sometimes you have to provide that comfort. It's the way you talk to people, the way you address someone when they come in. Like, and I know sometimes it's so difficult also, because I also am a doctor, and sometimes when people come, you have been working for the past 24 hours, 36 hours. You're tired. Sometimes your people skills are off, you know what I mean? But at that time, like, we always try our best to be. But I would say if you don't have that character and that personality, don't join the profession. Or if you want things to happen so quickly for you, don't join the profession, because it's a long ride. A long ride, unfortunately. So yeah, you have to be patient. The patience is key in medicine. Yeah. For sure.
Wow. Like so like I heard you say something like it gets deeper when you go up. Is it true as a principle to say that the more you learn, the more you realize you know less?
Sorry, may you please repeat that?
Like as a principle. Is it truthful for me to say that the more you learn, the more you discover that you know less?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing that maybe most people are not previewed to, but like the specialists that have been specialists for a long time, they often we have these ward rounds that we do, which is like you have, I don't know if you've been in a hospital, but when doctors move in the morning, where you have like specialists, junior doctors, general practitioners, residents, they all move as a unit from patient to patient to patient, discussing about the patient, right? You realize in those moments, everybody is learning from each other.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's about, that's what I was saying, if you think you know it all, you will not make it in medicine, you know, because
I think almost in everything.
Yeah, in every career, actually. So we learn that, like, sometimes when we mention something, some specialists are like, oh, wow, I've never, what article did you read this from? Or what are you talking about? And it opens up a discussion, you see? So I believe everybody's learning from everybody around that time. No.
It actually makes you more...
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful thing to share with someone. If someone says they don't know anything, but you thought of them as a professional, I think it gives more respect for that person, because you're like, this person is being authentic and realistic. They're not putting themselves at the top of the, you know...
No.
The summit of knowledge.
Yeah, I believe you can learn from anybody, actually. Just stripping off the medical thing, you can learn from everybody. You know, you could be walking, you could learn from, like, the people you meet. For me, that's what I believe in life. Like, don't think that just because you have this career, or you are, I don't know, you have made it in life, you're above somebody who is still trying to make it. Yeah, because you can actually learn something and you can be like, oh, okay, this is something new, I've never heard about it. Then you can use your resources to learn more, or like to actually research whatever you want to learn about. So I do think, like, yeah, no one is above anybody. You can learn from anybody, really.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And then what was your outlet of trauma? Like when you experienced traumatic, instances, maybe when you're beginning
Hmm.
What
You
is
know
your
what?
outlet? Because we spoke about a possibility that not enough is being done to cater for the heroes who are the doctors. So what's your outlet of the trauma?
Really, to be honest, I think for me, it's probably based on faith. I can't speak for other people, but I can speak for me. Faith plays a big role in my medical career. Like, I pray every day before I go to work, and when I leave work, I pray. Like, and also just knowing, like, because for me, I have this thing where I have this 413, right?
413?
Yeah, so it
sounds interesting. 413.
Yes, it comes from Philippians 4, verse 13, right?
Okay, that's a verse.
Yeah, it's a verse. So I always, like, everything that I have, you always see like 413, 413.
Is it?
Yeah, because
Guys, you must check out 413, Philippians 4 verse 13.
yeah, it just that, and also, like, I think Isaiah 41 verse 10, I think. Like, I just and also Jeremiah, yeah, I think Jeremiah 29 verse 11.
So
Verse 11.
You know these verses are
Yeah,
on the top of your
yeah,
head.
because, like, it's like they resemble what I go through every day in my medical career, because I can do all things, right?
Oh, no.
That's
Which one is this one?
this is Philippians 4 verse 13. Like, I can do all things, right, with Christ who strengthens me. So, like, when I think about this every time, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just your vessel. You are doing everything. I'm just your vessel. So I'm here, existing. Yeah, I'm experiencing this life through you. Like, you're doing everything through me. Let me be your vessel. So when I have this mentality, when I go to work, less things traumatize me, because I'm thinking, like, there's this higher power. Like, and I'm just me. I know sometimes. Yes, like, and also because I believe, like, also that's what I was telling you. Like, I also believe in the Jeremiah 29, because for all, it's about your plans, what God has planned for you, my purpose in this life. I think
What does Jeremiah say?
The
plans that I have for you.
Yeah, for all the plans I have for you. I don't know it in detail, but, like,
just. I think it's true. I've got plans for you. Prosper you and not to
yes,
give you an expected.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you see, I read my Bible.
Yes. Yes, I just forgot, like, word for word, but, like, yeah, that one also makes me realize, like, he put me in this position. I am just, again, his vessel. So in that position, I am not afraid, because he's already laid out the foundation for me. All I have to do is keep building on what he has already created for me. So I think that makes it less traumatic for me. And faith, like I said, faith plays a big role in my medical career. And also, just on a normal physical, not spiritual, I do a lot of, like, again, I play sports. So that is...
the fact that you play basketball. I love that sport.
No, thank you so much. Yeah, I've been also very blessed in that career. So I do believe that in just having somewhere else where I can put my focus and, like, just be stuck in that environment for a long time is also good. Like, you need to find something else you're good at, and something else to just be away from the hospital, because it can also suffocate you. Yeah, it can also suffocate you, because your life can become about hospital this, hospital that. Yeah, like it.
You're depleting not in a negative way, but
yeah,
you're not replenishing.
Yeah, and you're stuck in this space where you're like, oh, my patients, all the other doctors. Your life becomes about medicine, So I realized, like, the other things I like to do, dancing, basketball, the gym, things like that. Like, just to be away from that environment